One of the things that authorities are looking at right now is whether Russia has committed war crimes and atrocities as defined by the Geneva Conventions and the International Criminal Court in Bucha and other parts of Ukraine. So Russia's been accused of several war crimes since the conflict began. The first, of course, is just the crime of aggression, and that is simply sending their troops over the border into another country and invading that country. Then you have atrocities and other war crimes, which is the indiscriminate killing of civilians or military people if they have laid down their weapons. And then the biggest and most important one, of course, which President Zelensky has just accused Russia of, is genocide, and that is the intentional targeting of a large group of people with the intention of killing off, a whole society or a whole country or an ethnic group. The Biden administration has been very careful about not saying that yet, saying that we need to investigate and get more information before we make that determination. If a war crime is committed and the ICC has reason to believe that's the case, they put investigators on the ground, they gather evidence. There's been reports of young girls and women being shot and killed, being raped and so forth, mass graves with more than a couple of hundred bodies in them, killing people in schools and hospitals, things like that. So those are the kind of things that investigators would look at and use as evidence to charge somebody with a war crime and bring them to trial. One of the downsides of this whole process is that it often takes years to gather the evidence, to interview people, to get witnesses, and to actually charge individuals or a country with war crimes. So it remains to be seen if the system can respond to this quickly enough for it to make a difference. There are several things that could come from these investigations. The big one, of course, is holding Russia accountable on the international stage through forums like the International Criminal Court. The United Nations can try to hold them account through various mechanisms. Conceivably, Vladimir Putin could be charged with a war crime, held accountable. Authorities and experts say that that is almost never going to be the case, at least until Putin is forced from power. There have been other examples, for instance, where the president of Sudan was charged with war crimes, and the only time they could actually hold him to account was after he was forced from power. So there are mechanisms here in which to go after Vladimir Putin and his leadership command, but whether or not that's going to happen anytime soon is another question.
Hey, thanks for watching. If you like this video, check out these other videos from USA Today to stay up to date with all the latest news.